you go and play a football game for the first real contact in a while. How were you after that?
Felt good, man. I think this, strength staff and training staff did a great job of, not just helping me get healthy again, but also preparing to play. So definitely was sore, but felt good.
With you preparing to play, the Seahawks don't have the best run defense. Just how are you kind of looking at this weekend?
Well, I think each week's a new week. I think when you look at their defense, they have a great defense all around. I think they do have a good run defense and a good pass defense. They play hard, they swarm. It's a division game too, so they say any given Sunday for a reason. This is a division game at home with a good team. We know what this game's about, and it's just going to be about going out there and executing and playing as hard as humanly possible.
Christian, was it almost a relief to kind of get your first game out of the way?
Definitely. Definitely. I think that's a good word for it.
After the game, I think you mentioned there were a few things that you didn't quite feel like yourself yet on it. When you went back and looked, what was your kind of assessment of how you played?
I think, there's just, I think it's more of just how I felt. I think it's just new. I think the tape was good. You can always, you always want to break more tackles and, make great plays and stuff like that. But just good to get back into the feel of it. I think there's positives and negatives to not playing for a long time. The negatives are, you're not getting hit all the time, so you don't develop that kind of callousness. But the positives are, you don't think so much. You just go out there and play. And I actually felt like my eyes were pretty good looking back. And, it's just about getting back into the groove of things. But I feel great now.
Brock's throw, I know you were wowed by that when we first talked in the locker room after watching the tape. The degree of difficulty even higher on that when you see him getting hit?
Yeah, that was insane. I think most of the time when you're throwing that ball and you see it go that high, that ball is going to go much farther than 20 yards, but he somehow managed to drop it in a bucket on his back foot with pressure in his face, and so that was a hell of a throw.
So one of those things where in the...
Were you mad you didn't score? Is that what that was?
Yeah, I wanted to break that. Yeah.
So one of those things where in the running back room, you're like, wait a minute, just re-rack that. Let's watch that again.
We watched it a few times. Yeah, I watched it a few times. Worth it.
Is it almost like fresh legs coming in at this point in the season?
I don't know. Some days fresh, some days not. Yeah, I think when you're dealing with an injury, everyone, when you come back, I think it's a common misconception that you have fresh legs. For a long time there, I was struggling, walking to the bathroom. So you can't train for a long time, so they're fresh in the sense that, they haven't been beat up, but also you have to get back into training. I think that's why it takes a little bit long sometimes. So it was a lot of long days and, just a lot of taking it one day at a time. But now I feel great, getting back into the rhythm of things and feel good.
Is there different
I can't help it.
Yeah, I've changed the routine a little bit. There's some things here and there that I've changed, some things I've added to the warm-up. And I wish I had, the answer of, here's exactly what to do all the time before and after. I think sometimes maybe I've overcomplicated things, but who knows, man? I mean, I'm learning on the fly just like everybody else, and sometimes things work, sometimes they don't. Unfortunately, the first part of the season, they didn't work for me, and it's just something I'll have to live with. But like I said, I feel good now. I like the plan now, and keep rolling.
Were there other athletes that you counseled with that may have had the same issues?
Yeah, I reached out to a few guys. There's some guys that were really helpful. I think one thing I learned about just the whole process is you get a lot of Instagram doctors out there, some guys that, I had guys diagnosing my injury, PhD doctors. I'm watching a Sunday night game, and some doctor's talking about my injury on the TV. I couldn't believe it. I'd never talked to him in my life. He's never seen, imaging, talk to me, diagnose me. It's just kind of the world we live in now. So I tried to, stay focused on my plan, what I trusted in, and go from there and try to limit all the outside noise because everybody's got an answer and they're all different.
Was there a little bit of sense of joy just to be back out there again too, because it's what you do?
Yeah, football is my favorite thing on the planet to do, and just being able to step on the grass is a privilege, and I don't take it lightly. So it was, awesome.
All right, thanks, Christian.
Appreciate it, guys.